Okay, so this is the other area we've come to enjoy. This one is known as Turtle Cove. And we actually have a spot we worked on for quite some time over here. And just coming down here, it's a nice shale bottom, which is always nice.
That was actually one of the first things we noticed was nice shale bottom.
Yeah. A lot of the other lake has a mud bottom. So it's, that's the other form of structure you want to start to look at. If it goes from mud to, say, a shale bottom, that is also a structure change. Most people don't consider that, but a lot of fish will hold onto the structure. So as we start walking through the woods, you have the pine trees here, which obviously don't offer any food source. But once we came up here, saw all kinds of shells and snails on the bottom. And it was only in this particular area up on the corner out of the entire area here. So we're going to walk up here real quick and then we'll talk about it. Okay, so this is the other spot we came to. Right off the bat, all kinds of shells and then the biggest snail shells. And if you look at the bottom, you have like it's a slate bottom, like a shell, like a slate. And fish always hang off of this for some reason. And they just like that type of bottom. As you can see here, we got a nice main lake behind us. And this is another spot where when we first came to, no baiting, no anything, we saw fish roll. And also had reports of, this is one that we learned from the WCO. He said the one guy fishes up, up at the other section. But on further inspection, this is where all the food source is here. So this is why we chose this area. And like I said, we're just gonna hop around to show you what made us choose that spot. There's not a whole lot of crayfish in here. It's mainly like a mussel type lake. So that'll help us determine what baits we want to use later on. And this being a little bit farther away, you don't get a lot of traffic in here, like people traffic.
No, there's I think maybe 1 or 2 people came through whenever I was sitting here, and and that was here or there. And they mostly stayed up towards that end of the lake where they could access the boat launch as well as access their cars easier. So sometimes it's a little bit worth it to go that extra, what is it?
Maybe
50 yards.
Yeah, 50, 75 yards. It's worth it to walk that little extra to make sure you have like peace of mind. And the other thing too is when it comes to a baiting campaign, nobody's going to see you down here. If you're in the crowd up there with everybody, they're all going to see you. Whereas down here you can do it discreetly. Nobody's going to really know your spot, and you can get away from the usual, walk of the trail.
Right.
Now we still have trouble with boats here, but not as bad. You obviously have a boat launch right up there, which you saw. Most of them kind of head out to the main lake, to the right or left, and most of them don't hit the shoreline right here. So that's kind of nice. The water drops really deep here.
Yeah.
Surprisingly. It's really deceiving.
Found that out whenever I had to go for a swim for my spawn 2 times in a row.
Yeah,
Same day.
His spawn busted off, so he had to swim out for it. He's probably like 6 feet out, and is already what, like 4 or 5 feet?
Yeah, I was already up to the chest, and by the time I even got anywhere near the line to grab a hold of the spawn, I was already up to my chest and going up to my throat.
Yeah.
And when it's very deceiving whenever you look at the water, because you're like, oh, well, that's not that far out, it can't be that deep. Yes, it is. And let me tell you, a swim during the summertime is nice, but when it's unexpected and you're standing in your skivvies and the boats are going by watching you do it, it's not as much fun as you think.
So basically, get the map. If you can get like the topography map or a depth chart map, same thing. It really comes in handy. Obviously, like you said, you can do the markers, but just to look here and know like you got to drop off here and there, it gives you like a general idea before you really do anything. We obviously knocked down some of the weeds so we wouldn't lose our equipment and stuff like that. But accidentally trimmed a few of the limbs, trimmed it. But so it's castable. Obviously, we don't encourage that, but we do. And make your own spot up. Trim a few branches, whatever it takes. Just do it at like 2 or 3 in the morning so nobody sees you. And we didn't do this spot. That way we don't incriminate ourselves.
No.
And but yeah, as I said, this is another spot. Just wanted to share this one real quick. And we're going to head to the last spot here, but we still have a few other ones. We'll probably share those later on another video. And just walking through, we'll talk about, in the upcoming episode, we'll talk about bait application, doing the marker work, and a lot of other things too. And keep in mind, this is going to be an ongoing series until we catch our first fish out of here. we really don't know if it's going to be this year because both of us live a little bit farther away from here, and just with the weather and work, you know, it's hard
work
to...
commitments, home commitments. It's
yeah, we
getting
try
close
to both
holidays.
be able to come here. That way it's kind of a group effort. So it's kind of hard to, you know, figure out when we can both really be here. So, oh well, but let's get to the other spot and we'll show that one and explain what happened there, which wasn't the best of news. So, see you real soon.